it's a lot of different stories coming from, especially California, Texas, and all that stuff right there. But it ain't no stories coming from North Carolina DOC. And I'm not doing this to glorify anything that's a part of the street life or part of the struggle. But I want to give my insight and show that there's correlations that relate to different people's lives, and I'm saying all over the world. This is my story right here. I was 20 years old. I made a bad decision and got locked up. My first time ever going to penitentiary or going to jail and staying in jail. And one thing about the North Carolina Department of Correction is, at the time, you had juvenile prisons, which was processing, and you had adult prisons, certain prisons that was processing. I think it's over like 100 prisons in North Carolina, if I ain't mistaken. But those of you who know about it, y'all know. And the people who are on this video right now who know me, y'all know these stories right here is true stories. I actually say that the environment and hip hop music can influence people's decisions that what they make in life. You know what I'm saying? It can influence a lot of things. And a lot of black people like to say like, nah, it's on you, like whatever you do, like nah, it's a lot of things that can formulate, because you gotta understand like the human brain processes on an adult level when you're 25 for men. So by the time you're 16, you trying to get yourself together. But so yeah, I caught a charge. I got sentenced to 7 years, DOC, North Carolina. Now keep in mind, I only know about being in school with niggas who go to prison, so they always mention the Western Youth Institute, and y'all see that right here. It got tore down, and that penitentiary has a lot of stories right there. I personally didn't go there, but I know a lot of stories from there because niggas used to get free from there and come to school, so I heard about it. I went to Polk Youth Center, which is AKA Gladiator School. Like, to me, Polk was the toughest for me going through the system, because I went to 7 different prisons. Polk was the toughest prison I experienced right there. You know what I'm saying? And I met people who have been to Polk, been to high rise, been to different things, like, because the juvenile spreads was Western Youth Institute, Polk Institute, and then it was Foothills Institute. Those are the 3 juvenile prisons. And when I say juvenile prisons, I mean like from the ages of 13 to 21. And then by certain circumstances, then you'll have people who will stay at Foothills and Polk who are a little older. This is at that time. I don't know how it is right now. I left the penitentiary at 2011, so I don't know how it is right now. I'm just giving you my insight from my time in there. I would not give names behind stories. I'm not gonna incriminate nobody, you know what I'm saying? Only thing I'm gonna do is just tell you my insight and tell you what I went through. I ain't gonna incriminate nobody else. I'm gonna tell you what I went through, and I'm also not gonna incriminate myself and tell nothing that's crazy, but I'm just tell you my experience. And maybe a young nigga from Winston-Salem or Greensboro, High Point, or period in North Carolina watch this shit and be like, oh damn, I don't wanna go through that shit right there. I ain't never fucking with that shit. Because not only does that shit affect your life for the present, it affects your life for the future too. One thing about the black community, we don't focus on our mental health illness and shit like that. We always try to overlook that shit.